Hey everybody, welcome. It's Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy here, and I'm back in the garden for my second day. For those of you who didn't see my vlog yesterday, I've had to relocate from my golf academy outdoors. We're in kind of lockdown over here in the UK, so I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation and do some golf content down at the bottom of the garden. So I'm going to do my best. It's a little bit windy today, so I do apologise if the mic picks up a little bit of wind noise, but we'll do our best to muddle on through. Anyway, in yesterday's vlog I was just having a little chat and talking you through what facilities I've got down here. High-tech net and a mat, that's about all I've got. And I asked if you guys and girls would kindly send in some comments about golf and any questions you'd like to put to me, and I'd try and answer them as best as I can. So had a brilliant response. It seems that you enjoyed the content, and I'm really looking forward to being able to help relieve the boredom and the frustration of not being able to play golf, the game that we all love. But I'm sure we'll be back on the course soon. So anyway, let me just pick up on a couple of comments here. This one's from Peter Jewett. Jewint. I apologise, Peter, if I pronounce your surname wrong. He went to say, nice view at the bottom of the garden, Andrew. Yeah, it is, thank you. Yes, except for that big pylon, which might have a few problems moving at. I think we got used to it by now. I have a question about hitting into nets. Can this harm your golf? Question mark. Sorry if I'm standing side on, the wind's coming this way and it's going to affect the microphone. So yes, you can improve your strike and measure it with face tape, etc., and put a target at the back of the net to aim at, but surely you can't see your shot shape. As someone who's recently rid himself of a destructive hook, I'd hate to revert back. So it's a really good question. Thanks, Peter, for asking me about it. I think if you use nets in the correct way, they are very, very useful things. Completely agree with you. Unless you've got a launch monitor or something like that, you're not going to be able to see where the ball's going. What you can get is a feel for the strike location. You're going to know if you've hit it sort of out the toe or out the heel, bit thin, bit fat, so you can sort of make a call on the strike. Where I encourage my pupils to use nets when I'm teaching them is when they're working on specifics in the golf swing. Let's just take an example. You've been to your local PGA Pro for a lesson, and let's just say, for example, that you're picking the club up a little bit too steep on the backswing. You're maybe doing something like this. Your arms are getting a bit disconnected on the way back, and it's putting you in a fairly bad position at the top, and your pro's maybe got you working on positioning the club, what he would maybe term as being a little bit more on the inside, keeping the arms a bit connected. So you could go in your net, if you had one at home, and just work on a little drill where you set yourself up, 7 irons ideal, work the club a couple of times back into this position, trying to keep the arms connected, and then just from there take it up to the top and hit from there. So if you're working on swing specifics, then nets can be very, very useful. But I completely take on board your point about not being able to look at ball flight. So hope that answers your question. Well, who else has we got? Gary Smith. Thanks for Gary, you always pass comments, all of them very instructive and nice comments. He says, look forward to it, Andrew. I replied to a comment. He says, I look forward to it, Andrew. When I'm not driving a bus, I'll be watching. Good luck in the bus, Gary. Loads of nice comments. Edwin Lambie, who again always supports my channel, said thanks for showing what we have in store. Look forward to seeing you all. Stay safe. No dogs today, they're inside having a kip, so good luck to them on that one. Here's a good one. This is from JPX ST180S is his name, and he says, Andrew, is there any particular grip that would take your right hand from releasing too fast? I find I'm very handsy with the interlock. I find the Varden and 10-finger grip, I can control the face better. Good question. I see this quite a lot when I'm teaching people. People get a little bit too active with their right hand, get a little bit flippy, a little bit handsy, invariably starts to close the club face down, make the ball go left for a right-handed golfer, and it's quite a difficult thing to control because that's all happening right down at the bottom of the swing, all sort of split-second stuff. One thing that I found is the Golf Pride MCC +4 grips. Don't know if you've ever seen these. If you look at a normal grip here, it obviously tapers down, so it's thinner as it gets to the bottom, fatter at the top. So with the +4 grips, what they've done is they've basically added what would be the equivalent of 4 extra layers of tape at the bottom for your right hand, so there's less taper, and there's a definite thinking that thicker grips, excuse the background noise, my neighbours enjoying themselves, which is absolutely fine. Thinner grips can encourage the right hand to release a little bit early. So that's an idea, and another idea would be just to use a thicker grip. Try a mid-size thickness if you're using standard. That might be one way of doing it. Another way would be to actually make the right hand a little bit weaker, i.e. if you're a right-handed golfer, try moving the right hand a little bit more over to the left-hand side of the grip to weaken the club face a little bit at impact. Try and get the feeling that you're holding the club off a little bit. That sometimes helps. I don't think that's a good long-term fix, but it's something which you can try. And like many things in golf, you know, don't be afraid to experiment, and you may well find the right thing comes along. What else have we got here for you? From GTS Golf, another regular commenter. Thank you for the comment. He says, "Hi Andrew, I'll be pleased to know of the YouTubers broadcasting from the gardens. Yours is by far the best so far." Well, I'm really pleased to hear that comment. I'm sure I'm the best, but I'll try my hardest. For me, anything you have got on face control with driver would be great. Happy with the swing, but direction not guaranteed. So this is really common, you know, when I'm teaching people, again inside, a lot of the time I see that they've got fairly good control with their irons. Two big things which are going to influence where a golf ball goes is going to be your swing path and the club face relative to the swing path. So, you know, let's just say you're a golfer who maybe delivers the club a little bit from out to in with the club face open to the path. That will invariably cause a slice. You could be swinging a little bit out to in with the club face closing to the path, and that's going to create pulls. So trying to match up the swing path and the club face is difficult, and with drivers you are obviously increasing the speed that you're swinging the club at. So, you know, if you were swinging a 8 iron, 7 iron, let's say at about 80 miles an hour, 85, it wouldn't be unusual to getting your club speed up to 100 miles an hour with driver. So small margins with the driver will affect where the ball's going to go. So trying to get this combination of path and club face is a tricky one. I honestly, for that, I don't have any magic cures, to be honest with you. It's something you'd probably need to work on with your own pro and try and pin down what's causing the loss of control with the club face. Can be grip related. Often I see people who have got strong grips or weak grips are struggling to control club face. Don't be afraid to use the settings on your driver. You know, if you're delivering the club consistently open, don't be afraid to put the club into a draw setting or a more upright setting. Most drivers these days are adjustable. You can move weights into the heel if you deliver the club a bit open. Use the technology. So many people are buying these amazing drivers for lots of money and then really not taking advantage of what the driver can do. So if you're not comfortable doing that setup yourself, take it to your local PGA Pro and get on a launch monitor and get them to set the driver up. That way you're not having to change too many things in the swing, but you might get more consistency. With my teaching head on, I would always be trying to improve the golf swing, maybe not change the driver to cure the fault, but we understand with drivers the small margins can make a difference. So I hope that sort of answers your question. There we go, we're finished for the little vlog for today. Please keep sending the questions in, whatever they are golf related. I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability. I've got to go now. My wife has decided that it's my turn to do the ironing this afternoon. We've got a big pile of ironing and it's my turn to do it. So cup of tea, put on Netflix and get on with the ironing. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.